Hi, welcome to Logic Current. It's past midnight. You only meant to check one notification, yet an hour has vanished. Sound familiar? That wasn't an accident. From the glossy allure of Instagram likes to TikTok's endless scroll, social media platforms are engineered to exploit the brain's reward circuitry. As former Facebook president Sean Parker admitted, the guiding question was clear. How do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible? Even the humble like button was designed to deliver a little dopamine hit, creating a social validation feedback loop that preys on vulnerabilities in human psychology. In other words, every thumbs up, notification, or new follower is crafted to hook you, activating neural pathways similar to those targeted by addictive drugs. Welcome to the digital casino in your pocket. So how exactly do these platforms hijack dopamine, and at what cost? Tonight we'll explore the science and real-world stories behind social media's addictive grip and why your mind has become the battlefield of the attention economy. Let's begin with dopamine and why social media apps are so desperate for it. Often dubbed the brain's feel-good chemical, dopamine is more precisely about anticipation and desire. It drives us to pursue rewards, finding food, reaching a goal, or hearing the ping of a new message. Every time you scroll your feed and spot something exciting or receive positive feedback, your brain releases a burst of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior. Dr. Anna Lemke, an addiction expert at Stanford, likens the smartphone to a modern-day hypodermic needle. We pick it up for quick hits of attention, validation, and distraction with every swipe, like, and tweet. Social media turns our natural reward-seeking circuitry into an endless loop of craving. The hook is unpredictability. Each reward, a juicy piece of gossip, a like on your post, a hilarious meme, is delivered on a random schedule, making it even more addictive. Psychologists compare this to a slot machine. Most pulls or scrolls yield nothing special, but occasionally you hit the jackpot. A flood of likes, a heartfelt message, a viral video. That variable payoff triggers powerful dopamine surges that keep you coming back. Tristan Harris, a former Google design ethicist, puts it bluntly, "Every time I check my phone, I'm playing the slot machine to see, what did I get?" That's how you hijack people's minds and create a habit. By design, social platforms keep us in a perpetual state of anticipation, forever scrolling, tapping, and refreshing in pursuit of the next dopamine rush. This dopamine loop isn't just theory. It's on full display in our daily behavior. Consider Snapchat's infamous streaks. The feature merely counts how many days in a row you and a friend exchange snaps. Harmless fun? In practice, it became so addictive that some teens handed their passwords to friends before going on vacation just to keep the streak alive. Breaking a streak felt like a loss, a sudden withdrawal from the dopamine drip. Then there's the phantom buzz. You could swear your phone vibrated, yet nothing arrived. That illusion is your reward circuitry on high alert. Brain imaging studies show that social media cues activate pathways similar to those triggered by cocaine. Psychologist Dr. Mark Griffiths, who studies behavioral addiction, puts it bluntly. Designers want social media to become a habitual check. They're training users to reach for the app without thinking. The aim is to lodge the behavior in your subconscious. Standing in line, riding the bus, waiting for a friend. Every idle pause becomes an opportunity for stimulation. And with bottomless feeds, the next hit is always one swipe away. None of this is accidental. Silicon Valley has baked these brain hacks into the very fabric of social platforms. Former insiders have admitted as much. Sean Parker, Facebook's founding president, has said the site was built to exploit a vulnerability in human psychology. He recalls that in Facebook's early days, the team openly asked, "How do we consume as much of your time and attention as possible?" Every like or comment was meant to give you a little dopamine hit, reinforcing what Parker called a social validation feedback loop. Exactly the kind of thing a hacker like myself would come up with. By 2017, even Parker sounded alarmed. God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains. Other tech leaders echo his regret. Chamath Palihapitiya, another former Facebook executive, warns that the short-term feedback loops of hearts, likes, and thumbs-ups are destroying how society works by fostering a dopamine-driven dependence on social approval. Indeed, today's social media playbook borrows heavily from casino gambling. Natasha Schull, an MIT anthropologist who studies slot machine design, observes that Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter deploy the same tactics casinos use to keep players glued to the lever. She calls them ludic loops, repetitive cycles of uncertainty, anticipation, and reward. Just as a gambler pulls the handle, not knowing whether the reels will line up for a jackpot or nothing at all, we refresh our feeds, unsure whether the next post will be thrilling or mundane. That very uncertainty is tantalizing. And if we try to step away, the apps pepper us with prompts, notifications that you've been tagged or we miss you, emails. Much like a casino handing out free tokens to lure back a departing player. As Dr. Schull warns, if you disengage, you get peppered with little rewards that pull you back in. We must recognize the cost of time on social media. It's not just a game. It affects us financially, physically, and emotionally. In short, the platform's real goal is to turn casual visitors into habitual customers. The currency isn't coins. It's your time and attention, which they convert into advertising revenue. Remember, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Your attention is being auctioned to the highest bidder. What does this dopamine hijack mean for us as human beings? In the short term, it breeds compulsion. We reach for our phones reflexively, often before we even register the impulse. As technologist Tristan Harris puts it, all of us are jacked into this system. Our choices aren't as free as we think. The interfaces quietly steal our agency, nudging us to scroll a bit longer, tap the trending topic, watch one more recommended clip, but habit is only the surface layer. Dr. Anna Lemke warns that even with endless entertainment and instant connection, the data show we're becoming progressively less happy. Over the past 2 decades, global rates of depression and anxiety have climbed sharply. One culprit may be the dopamine roller coaster built into social platforms. Each spike, say the thrill of an incoming like, is followed by a neurochemical dip as the brain attempts to rebalance. That post-scroll slump can feel like flatness or even emptiness. With time, we may require ever stronger stimulation just to feel normal, classical tolerance. By binging on cheap digital rewards, we dull our capacity to enjoy subtler, slower pleasures. As The Guardian once quipped, we've become dopamine junkies, feeding the habit one swipe at a time. By chasing constant microbursts of online content, we rarely settle into deep work or creative flow. Dr. Anna Lemke notes that our focus muscles atrophy, while boredom, the seedbed of reflection and originality, starts to feel unbearable. Relationships suffer as well. Think of family dinners where everyone is locked onto a separate screen. Social media delivers the illusion of connection. Hundreds of digital friends and daily interactions can still leave us lonelier offline. Heavy use has been linked to greater feelings of isolation, envy, via nonstop social comparison, and lower self-esteem. Tellingly, many tech executives restrict their own children's screen time, aware of the medium's addictive pull. Each user pays in lost hours and a fragmented attention span. For adolescents raised in this environment, experts worry about long-term impacts on mental health and cognitive development. Because young brains are more malleable, the dopamine hijack can reinforce ADHD-like symptoms and a dependence on external validation. Toward the end of the documentary, The Social Dilemma, one expert observes, there are only two industries that call their customers users: illegal drugs and software. The comparison is chilling, but it spotlights a core truth. Our attention is being commodified, and brain chemistry is the lever. Recognizing this is the first step toward regaining control. Dr. Anna Lemke sometimes prescribes a dopamine fast, 30 days without highly stimulating activities, such as social media or video games, to let the brain's reward pathways reset. Even a single day can be eye-opening. She once challenged a journalist who felt addicted to his phone to lock it away for 24 hours. During the first half day, he was jittery, gripped by FOMO, fear of missing out, and repeatedly reaching for a device that wasn't there. As the hours passed, he began to feel what he called real freedom, realizing how tightly he'd been tethered and vowing to return to technology on healthier terms. Most of us don't need such extremes, but we can take practical steps. Turn off non-essential notifications, set usage limits, carve out phone-free blocks for deep work or family time, and intentionally engage with the world beyond the screen. Ultimately, understanding the game is the first step toward winning it. Social media companies have poured extraordinary engineering talent into capturing our dopamine-fueled attention. But as users, and as human beings with agency, we can reclaim our minds. Ask yourself, is endlessly scrolling this feed enriching my life, or merely juicing at revenue? The next time that compulsive itch to check your phone arises, pause and notice what's happening. A carefully tuned system is tugging at your dopamine strings. That awareness alone can begin to break the spell. In a world where billion-dollar industries vie to hijack your brain's reward circuits, your attention is one of your most precious resources. Guard it well. Thanks for watching. You've been on Logic Current. I'm Kevin, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and stay curious.